The INTJ Sigma Male has a reputation for being a reclusive yet intelligent personality. But one may be left wondering what the dark side of a Sigma is like. People are familiar with both sides of alpha and beta males, and there are plenty of representations of their characters in Hollywood and popular culture. But is there another, darker side to the famed INTJ Sigma Male, and what does it look like manifested in real life? This is the question we're tackling today, and it may surprise you to know what the answer is. Sigma males aren't as boastful and extroverted as the alphas, but that doesn't mean they don't have an evil side to them. How a Sigma processes emotion and deals with conflict is perhaps even more dangerous than the way an alpha male does, because it is a combination of his personality traits and unmatched social intelligence that makes him a formidable opponent in any realm. So here are 5 evil traits of the INTJ Sigma Male that they use to obliterate their competition and make sure no one challenges their position as the apex male at the top of their hierarchy. Number 1. They are cold and calculated in their antisocial behavior. Do you know why I would rather have an alpha as an opponent than a Sigma? Here's the reason that not many people are aware of. Alphas are like a bright spark that burns and goes out quickly. His anger and aggression come up visibly, and the actions he takes to hurt you are also in plain sight, because it usually takes the form of physical altercation. But a Sigma is different. He's like a shadowy figure that remembers the wrongs done to him and uses his intelligence and social acumen to wreck his opponent out of nowhere. He's like a slow yet persistent fire that can burn anyone that comes too close. This is even more terrifying because his attack is not a tangible threat you can fight, but an amalgam of financial and social destruction that is impossible to counter. If you threaten a Sigma male or destroy something he loves, his revenge isn't rash or immediate. Rather, he analyzes the situation and assesses the best way to destroy you in a cold and demented fashion. If you see a Sigma stay quiet even while you insult him, don't make the mistake of thinking that he's cowardly or can't retaliate. Instead, fear what is going on inside his mind, because that is the plan that will destroy you beyond recovery. Number 2, they remember what your weakness is and use it to destroy you. Sigmas are acutely aware of one important fact. A man is only as strong as his weakest point. INTJ Sigmas use their immaculate social intelligence and keep track of the greatest weakness of every man or woman they encounter. This may even be something you are not aware of, but they are. It is said that if you want to destroy a strong metal chain, all you have to do is look for the rattling piece of metal most vulnerable and attack it to destroy the entire chain. This is the mindset of a Sigma male who view people in terms of their personality traits, characteristics, desires, weaknesses, vulnerabilities, and temptations. These are the weak links in the chain that can be attacked at whim and used to destroy the person they belong to. This also applies to your physical being if you ever encounter them in a physical confrontation. If you have a sore knee, broken bone, or open wound, be sure that the Sigma is acutely aware of it and will waste no opportunity striking it first and getting you down on your knees to strike the final blow. Their intelligence is their greatest weapon, and they are not above using their opponent's weakest link to destroy them. Number 3, they stay reclusive and hidden even as they watch you burn. INTJ Sigmas aren't as hungry for public attention as the alpha, and this gives them an edge when it comes to facing repercussions for the damage they do to you. Their intense social perceptibility and capability to influence narratives and outcomes can be used to wreck your entire life, and you will still have no clue of the enemy you're fighting against. How can you fight something that doesn't even show itself? The strength of the Sigma lies in his ability to blend into the spectators while you burn alive in plain sight. You can have your reputation destroyed, your finances ruined, your weakness exposed, and all your life's work decimated, but you will still remain clueless of the enemy that is doing it to you, and neither will anyone else. This stems from the Sigma's desire to remain a nameless and faceless agent that avenges the harm you did to him, so he can better use his greatest weapons against you, which are his tenacity, intelligence, and social acumen. Number 4, they lower you in the social hierarchy using elaborate plots. INTJ Sigma males pride themselves on breaking free of the dictates of the reigning social order and carving out their own hierarchies they can ascend and be at the top of. However, they are experts at controlling what goes on in the social hierarchies that all other males compete in, and can influence it to bring down the tyrant at the top or organize resistance from below. This stems from their perceptiveness to what goes on in society and how certain events influence behaviors and the social dynamics. A Sigma male has more tricks up his sleeve than most people are even aware of. They have built connections across society like silent tentacles spread across the public sphere. They remain at the helm of these connections, like a central node in a network, and can send out signals to disrupt or destroy the lives of anyone they wish. Their greatest revenge against you is lowering you in the social hierarchy that you so pride yourself in being a part of, and breaking down your ego through covert yet stinging ways. Number 5. They avoid physical confrontation, but go all out if provoked. The greatest mistake you can make while dealing with a Sigma male is misunderstanding his preference for peace as a sign of weakness. Sigmas avoid physical confrontation as far as possible, even to the extent of tolerating verbal abuse. But they know well to be prepared enough in case they are pushed to their limits. A Sigma has extreme emotional intelligence and is the master of his own emotions. You can hurl vile abuses at him from afar and he would not respond. This is because he controls his anger and visceral response. But if you come forward and put a finger on them, you will get back a broken hand, if not worse. They are deliberate planners, and you can be sure that they foresaw a situation in their life where their minds would not be enough in a world with rowdy alphas that get what they want with force. A Sigma understands that the world is backed by violence, and if you're not able to defend the ideas you hold physically, then you will soon be taken over by someone who can. This makes them a formidable opponent because they possess both powers: the ability to contemplate and plan with sheer intelligence, and the physical prowess to then enforce those ideas or protect himself against an opponent that challenges them. Popular depictions of the INTJ Sigma male seldom do justice to this aspect of the personality type and focus more on his rebellious and reclusive nature. But INTJ Sigma males have a dark side that they rarely manifest openly in front of society. This lends to their mysteriousness and air of contrarianism because they refuse to give up their power by boasting loudly about it to everyone in their sphere. This concentration of power and desire to keep it sheathed makes the INTJ Sigma male one of the rarest types of personalities in human nature, which makes them a force to be reckoned with for anyone that dares provoke their evil side. So if this knowledge helps you identify the INTJ Sigma male in your life or workplace, understand the kind of person you're dealing with. You can leave a thanks by liking the video and hitting the subscribe button to stay updated with more wisdom on the way. Stay strong and stay humble.